Acecasts! Hello and welcome back for this game 2 of this matchup between Backstreet Boys and Bankstreet Boys and Team Panda. Today we are going to play on Scrambler and we have in the bottom side here we have our blue player Box and on the left side we have the purple player Duked. Representing Team Bankstreet Boys, and their opponents in the top here are Phoenix, who you saw from the last game, and a stand-in for our Chinese yellow player from the last game, Fruitwing. So jumping in here, replacing the other player that was from the last game. And we're playing on Scrambler here. We will see what's going to happen in this game. Judging from the last game, we can definitely expect an interesting game. Quite an even matchup between these two teams. We saw that Team Bankstreet Boys went for an aggressive start in the last game and kind of had the game in their arms, I felt like, for a while. But then it just managed to slip out of their fingers. And we'll see what type of psychological damage this has done, if any. We'll see. Yeah, we'll just have to see. I mean, after a loss like that, after a grindy long game such as that one, where a lot of planets are being bombed and you kind of had the win, but then it slipped away, you need to kind of stay cool and not let it affect you. So it's a psychological game here for sure. We see if Bankstreet Boys can manage whatever expectations they have for this game. So Box going for the Evacuator, now colonizing this second asteroid. We see Duked going for the Rapture here once more. No difference this time, going for the volcanic planet here. Colonizing right towards the opponent, not wasting any time, not for now at least, not bothering with these asteroids in the back. We'll see if he sends a smaller model fleet at least to try to clean that up and get some extra cash from those asteroids later on. Yeah, we can see here Duke's actually sending his small fleet of disciple vessels back now in order to get the extra cash from this asteroid. In the top, we see that our other players representing Team Panda is going for a little bit more of a conservative approach, actually colonizing backwards here. Actually trying to avoid an early engagement against their opponents, and this has of course some advantages because I mean, given that they're going for economic start here, I think it's be quite good, but. We see Phoenix started with the Rapture, playing Advent here, going for the Derelict and the Ice Planet in the back. Really opting for as I said, not opting for engaging with the opponent. Our pink player Fruitwing here is actually playing the Akan Battle Cruiser start. And in this case, I actually think that because of this economic start here with the Akan, it actually makes a little bit of sense here to go for these planets in the back, because it actually... What it does actually is it delays the time from which you will face your opponent in a head-to-head confrontation. So going for a vulnerable start with economy is definitely... It can definitely be an idea to try to sort of delay a direct engagement with the opponent. But this has its risks, of course, which we're already kind of seeing here, and because... not colonizing directly towards the opponent can lead you to potentially losing important choke points. And it seems like this is actually going to happen here. Duke is already on this ice planet that is going to give him access to a lot of planets here that potentially Fruitwing wants to get. So this is looking a little bit sketchy here now for Fruitwing. Fruitwing really needs to make something happen here to try to get something going. Even realizes that, this ice planet is too heavily guarded for him to capture, especially with Akan. Is going to head out towards his home planet instead, and probably trying to go for the final asteroid here out in the left. And I do think that we can expect to see some heavy fighting here soon enough, because I don't think that Duke wants to waste any time. He is posturing quite aggressively here. Is out for blood after the last game, out for his thirst for revenge. It's going to be a bloodbath here soon, maybe. And let's take a look at what's going on the other side. We can see that Box has captured 3 planets so far, but is actually now encountering this Eluxian planet, which is must be quite annoying. Although it does not have any defenses yet, so the Eluxians hasn't built any defenses, which means that this is no problem at all, actually. So Box is easily going to be able to bomb out this Eluxian planet. It's going to get this volcanic planet of its own. Oh, and now we have to see here what's going on. Now there's actually some fighting going on here. We can see that Duke is actually using the cruise of siege frigate that he has captured using his Dominat to try to aggressively go for this asteroid here. I'm not sure if he has upgraded the economy points on it yet, but this is definitely an idea to just try to get this asteroid and jump out. We see Duke is sending in his cruise of siege frigates into the backlines, and he's also sending his capital ships here now. This is a little bit dangerous. I mean, there is a cool here for Fruitwing. The cool is going to be able to deal some damage here. Also trying now to bomb out, since Duke captured this asteroid right after. It's not going to survive very long. It's actually getting bombed out right away. But a very, very aggressive approach here from Duke. Going for the home planet now with these cruise of siege frigates. I'm not sure if this is going to work out in the end, because the reinforcement lines are a bit compromised here. I'm not sure how this is going to go. In the meantime, we see that they're just chilling here on the other side, but Box doesn't seem to want to be chilling anymore. Has had enough of these Eluxians. Says, screw this, Eluxians, I hate you. I'm just going to jump towards this asteroid, and it's probably going to be, just sees that it isn't captured, and it's just going to go capture it. We see Red is all over here trying to capture this Terran planet here in the middle, which is a very interesting decision, kind of abandoning his home planet here. This is a very, very risky move by Red. And since this Terran planet is very heavily guarded, I'm not sure if he's going to have time to capture it and get back before he's been dealt significant damage. We're going to take a look here at what Phoenix has. He doesn't have access to recall, hasn't upgraded any unity abilities yet, so he's not going to be able to recall here to his home planet. And we see that, Blue is just right outside his doorstep with 3 capital ships, and these are going to be able to deal a lot of significant damage to the home planet if Phoenix is not careful here. So he really needs to hurry up here. Is actually getting this Terran planet, and probably just needs to get the siege frigate here and leave as soon as possible. And yeah, it looks like that is definitely exactly what he's doing. Getting the Terran planet for the economy, not bothering to clear it out, not wasting any time. What's going on here? Now we see that actually Duke is keep distracting his opponent here with his capital ship. Is going to jump through the system. Actually has gone through the entire system here, heading over to the volcanic plant here in the back. And yeah, this is very, very, very weird situation here. I think Fruitwing is doing a completely very, very sensible maneuver here, actually saying, okay, if you're going to jump this far into my system, I'm actually just not going to send, of course, my entire fleet after it. I'm just going to send one cool to pressure this capital ship. And then I'm going to send the rest of my fleet to actually go towards the front. And I mean, this is just, positionally speaking, I think this is definitely in Fruitwing's advantage here. I'm not sure if this is a very, this is a bit risky move, I think. Now this is losing a little bit of health. Duke is going to be able to bomb this planet and get away. And perhaps this is a good move still by Duke, because maybe, as long as this capital ship survives and isn't in too much of a danger, I think this is going to be fine. But we see it's actually taking quite a bit of damage now. The Cool actually has leveled up the experimental beam, which deals a lot of damage to capital ships, and he also has the ghost turrets here firing at the highest rate possible, trying to bring it down. Fruitwing, meanwhile, is not interested in wasting any time on his own. He's actually bombing out this ice planet now in the front, directly heading over towards the volcanic planet. It isn't defended at all. It's going to be able to bomb it out soon enough. And in the meanwhile here we see exactly what's we expected. We see that our blue player Box here is taking advantage of the fact that Phoenix is out of position, has headed over to these quite greedily, I must say, to these middle planets. And now he's standing still. He's realizing that his army needs to head back as soon as possible. But this yeah, I mean, he's just too far away. And 3 capital ships are going to be able to bomb this quite quickly. He doesn't have Sanctify, right? No, he doesn't have Sanctify. He doesn't have Recall. I don't see a way to save this home planet. And this is just looking very, very suspicious now for Phoenix. Oh no. Yeah, this is just looking very, very bad now. I mean, there's so much economy batched up in this desert planet. I'm just not sure how this is going to go for Phoenix here. I mean, because once this desert planet falls, the economic situation is going to be very, very poor indeed. Of course, he has this Terran planet in the middle, which offers a lot of economic support. But, like, yeah, just positionally speaking, I don't really see how this could ever be worth it. Meanwhile, we see some fighting here. Fruitwing, of course, is going to go for this planet here in the front. And while I'm not really sure what happened with Duke's capital ship. Is it trying to run away? Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with it. I need to take a look if it ran away or what happened to it. But yeah, this is... so did it actually recall? We'll see if it... shows up here in a minute, but Fruitwing is sending his ships towards the front now at the very least, and has 2 capital ships bombing this planet. Marsa, that's only level 1, so it doesn't have a race planet yet, but this planet, this volcanic planet just has such low health. It's definitely going to go down, and Duke is going to capture it. Yeah, it seems like Duke actually did recall his capital ship. Here it is, it's damaged, but now it's here again. Level 4, it's quite a threatening capital ship, but it hasn't been regenerating health enough, I think. Like, this is... Oh, and this is dangerous. Well, but yeah, no, I take that back. I thought I saw 2 capital ships here, but of course one of them is just a lonely Akan, and this Akan isn't really going to contribute a lot to this fight at all. So this Akan just has to run away, and the Mars, of course, can deal some damage to this, but... so he has to be careful here with his capital ship, but I mean, just a lonely Marsa here is not going to be enough, I think. And at least not for a while. These Tempest vessels are chasing the Khan. They're not going to be able to bring it down. It's just a little bit too tanky for these Tempest vessels. Now choosing to turn around with the Tempest vessels, chasing the Marsa instead. Kind of kiting these... It's his Rapture around, doesn't want to engage with the Marsa while his ship is still damaged. We're looking over here, we see that the home planet is about to go down. Only 2 capital ships over here. Actually sent his next capital ship, his 3rd capital ship, to bomb out this asteroid here in the back. Actually, yeah, just dealing a lot of damage. Very good move here, spreading out his ships. And I'm really not sure exactly like what Phoenix is... thinking here. He's going to get this derelict to level up his capital ships, and is probably deciding that this army of Box is too strong and doesn't want to engage with it. But I'm not sure this will work out, because I mean, yeah, he's losing so many planets here. He's going to lose even more planets in the back, and Box is just going to have so many planets here. This is not looking great, and some heavy fighting going on in the meantime. Here we see the Marsa, now the Tempest vessels and the smaller ships here are deciding to finally focus the Marsa. The Marsa's armor patch kit is regenerating a lot of armor. These Tempest vessels, of course, not the best at dealing with capital ships, not the best at dealing damage to them. So they're probably not going to take down the Marsa, but forcing it to run away at the very least. Meanwhile, we see that Fruitwing actually has gotten the freebooters now. The freebooters are coming in to help. But some of these pirates are being captured by the dominant ability of Duke with his Rapture. It's going to take away some of this DPS for sure. Fruitwing trying to send his pirate pillagers into the backlines to be annoying, but Duke expecting it. is using his Tempest Vessels and Disciple Vessels to chase this down, and I don't think they're going to be able to deal much damage. A lot of them going down here even before they can jump to the next planet, and this also seems to be going down, yeah. Did any of the pirate pillagers get through? I don't think so. And now the army supply here is looking quite dire here for Fruitwing. The Fruitwing is gonna be forced to run away. So only Alona Khan here, and most of the pirates are going down, while Duke actually has a very significant fleet here of Tempest Vessels, building Tempest Vessels from this asteroid here, using 2 lesser factories. So building 2 Tempest Vessels at a time. His army is just growing at an alarming rate, already at 500 supply here, while we can see that Fruitwing is only at 186. So yeah, the situation here is looking very, very grim for Team Panda here. Bankstreet Boys are just massacring the planets in the back here with Box, and in the meantime are losing the fleet supply army race quite severely here on the other side. I'm not really sure how they're going to solve this problem. We can see that Red's fleet, Phoenix, is going to go for this side now, and opting to not defend his planets, but instead going to try to go for a coordinated attack on the other side. But I mean, at this point, like Fruitwing's ships are... Fruitwing's fleet is so diminished that I'm not really sure even if they can win 2v1. Because Duke has such a good fleet here, not too many capital ships, but his supporting fleet is really, really massive, and I mean they're on a ticking time bomb here, because now we can see that these 3 capital ships are, of course, not gonna just stop because they killed this entire system. They're of course just gonna go for the system here in the back now instead. So now Fruitwing's gonna start losing his plans here in the back if it doesn't do something, and yeah, since there's no way to save these planets, I feel like, I don't think that... Yeah, I think they just simply need to fall... Okay, so this is very interesting. So the vision here, of course, is not the best for all players, but we see that Duke here is going for this ice planet here in the back instead. I'm not really sure why he didn't bomb out this planet. Perhaps it had a little bit too much health. Perhaps it got Sanctify on it. I am not exactly sure, but no, it doesn't. Of course, it didn't get Sanctify because they have 2 tech players, of course. So yeah, it couldn't be Sanctified. That doesn't make any sense. But the capital ships now bombing out this planet is completely uncontested here, has been completely uncontested for a while. We see that Red finally now decides that it's time to engage with this blue fleet, but a little too late here, I must say. With his Box is going for his warfare to research. When I just check out how the research is looking, we see Phoenix is also in hostility too, so tier 2 military for both players, but not really, so no research advantage in either direction here. But like, yeah, just looking at the fleets here, it's looking quite dire for Team Panda, although I must say maybe Phoenix has a chance here, because he does, looking at the pure supply here, he has 500 supply ready, or at least building. Although some of it is stuck up in these purge vessels, of course. So not like pure fight. It's not a pure fighting army. But in any case, the supply here is at the very least in Phoenix's favor compared to Box, who only has 400 supply. But I must say that I'm not sure how much difference that will make, since Box's supply is caught up in these capital ships, and capital ships are of course very high quality, like it's very high quality supply. So the fact that Box is behind a little bit in pure supply here, I'm not sure if it's gonna make much of a difference. These capital ships are going to wreak havoc on his opponent. It's not, yeah, it's actually not gonna, yeah, being engaged here by Fruitwing and opting for the safe play. Trying to, or no, decides to change his mind. Is going to go for sort of a, yeah, okay, so yeah, because he sees that red is jumping in here to this volcanic planet here in the back. It's going to bomb out Duke's planet. Decides, of course, that because of that, I can't retreat in that direction. He's going to go for a little bit more of an aggressive approach instead. Actually now deciding to bomb out this planet, which I thought that he was about to do anyways, and now opting to not retreat towards Phoenix, but instead just jumping straight towards the homeworld instead. And while this is going on, we see that while they're distracted with Box's army here, we see that Duke actually not going aggressive. I'm not sure if that's the right call, but deciding to play a little bit greedily here instead, going for these planets. I mean, this has advantages and disadvantages. I think that putting some pressure here while Duke, or while Box is drawing all of this attention away from his teammate here would be a good idea in my opinion. But I can definitely see the point of stacking up a couple of planets here also. Now going for this volcanic planet, trying to go for a late game here. And I mean, at this point, I think that I don't necessarily see anything wrong with this plan. Although I think it might be a slower way to win. Because Bankstreet Boys definitely has the advantage here, and I think that this approach might win them the game as well, although it wins them the game slower. Well, that's just my perspective at least. That's what it looks like to me. Getting a second Rapture here, actually at Rapture level 6. Maybe that's what he's trying to go for. Yeah, maybe it's just try to get to his Rapture level 6 while getting these planets so that he can take up. In the meantime, we see that the Vasari army here is still being chased around. Kind of has to be a little bit careful here because there are two people after all. These ships here are kind of trying to chase these Vasari ships around, and it's now going to try to surround Duke's fleet. Duke doesn't have a significant army advantage here, so he kind of needs to be careful with his capital ships. We see that his evacuator is actually taking heavy damage now from these pirate ships. I need to take a look at what Fruitwing is doing. Fruitwing probably has these pirate mercenary bases upgraded. I'm not sure how many he has yet. I need to take a quick look here. Yeah, he only has one pirate mercenary base, but that's enough for now. So sending his... going to get some 100 supply now every... yeah, whatever so minutes it is that the pirate mercenary bases is on cooldown. And now... kind of maybe not paying attention, but trying to jump away the same direction that he came, because he sees that the red fleet is here to intercept and trying to make a surround. So trying to jump back here as soon as he came there. And they're going to perhaps try to chase this fleet still, but the Vasari fleet, of course, very mobile. Need to take a look. Does he have phase resonance yet? Doesn't have any phase resonance. So his ships aren't going to be particularly fast yet, but still kind of tricky to deal with these capital ships. But yeah, I'm not sure, like, Box really needs to be careful here with his capital ships, because now it seems like some of them might even go down. Needs to kind of try to make a decision here of where to run away, I think. He's kind of trying to just stall for time here by just jumping back and forth, but I'm not sure for how long this is going to be a viable strategy. Like, these capital ships are losing health very, very quickly, and there's so many ships here, man. And I hope Box has enough economy here to rebuild his losses here, because otherwise this might spell some trouble once again for Bankstreet Boys. Once again, like, having a clear advantage here in the early game, but it's looking like there might be some potential, like at least some comeback potential here. Once again, I'm not gonna speak too soon, but at least there's some like question marks here that could be asked. Once again, going for some siege, going for this really chaotic game. Has upgraded bombing range, bombing the the asteroid from very far away with these destructors. It's going to be able to clean up some of Phoenix's planets. Some ships coming in here, attempting to clear out the derelict on this ice planet. Would see some defensive structures here. But now, like, yeah, okay, so I really hope that Duked has been chilling out here for a while, getting some plants in the back, getting his Rapture to level 6, and now finally decides it's time to participate in the action once again, and is going to try to go to bomb this planet. And I'm not sure why he doesn't decide to bomb this planet. His mind doesn't work the way my mind works. Perhaps he sees something I don't, but these purge vessels, I feel like, should be trying to bomb out this planet, and he's turning around actually right now. He's doing some back and forth here with his purge vessels, not really knows what to do with them. But Pink's army, or sorry, Purple's army, of course, is very, very large, so this is going to be a problem now. The purge vessels are going to bomb this ice planet finally, and it's probably been separated from the main army group of Purple. Purple is now jumping in towards the Terran planet to engage his opponent. Terran planet has 2,300 health. It's going to get bombed eventually, but it's going to take a while. Some pirate pillagers and pirate ships are going down here for free. They are, of course, not really too excited about engaging with Purple's army here. It's very large, and Phoenix and Fruitwing here, Pink and Red, have had been forced to split their fleet to sort of regain control over the harassment here dealt by Box. And I'm not sure, did Box actually lose his capital ships here? He might have done that. Taking a look at, yeah, judging from like the supply here, it does actually seem like Box lost his capital ships, and this is a major loss here. Very major loss, because the threat coming out of blue player here is not going to be as severe at all, and this leaves it open for 2v1 here against Purple. So Purple really needs to make sure that he does not go down here, because otherwise Duke or his teammate is not going to have time to rebuild his fleet in order to help in time. He's going for the red asteroid over here, jumping away, trying to avoid a direct engagement 1v2. And these pirates are actually coming out now at an alarming rate. I need to take a look again. Does Fruitwing have... How many pirate mercenary bases does he have? He only has one once again so far. It just came off cooldown. It's 6-minute cooldown actually. And he's going to be able to use it here once again once he has the required cash for it. And now we see Purple is turning around, jump towards this asteroid, but he's trying to turn around and fight here finally, and he's going to definitely be favored in this fight if only Red was here. Is he going to get help? Yeah, he's going to get some help here from his pink teammate, but yeah, looking at the supply here, it's looking quite good for Purple here, I think. We can see there's 700 supply here for Duke, whereas it's about 700 as well for his both opponents, but still a very dangerous position here for Duke. It decides that he is not going to fight this, just trying to jump away now. We'll see what he decides to do, if he retreats towards his system or if he's just going to stay here and fight a little bit once again. Trying to use the fact here that he can engage with just some of the armies at a time while jumping back and forth through these gravity wells. And has a lot of Tempest here, trying to get towards the other Tempest vessels. We want to take a look at what they're focusing here. Actually trying to focus out this level 6 Rapture Battlecruiser. Really needs to get it out of here as soon as possible. Oh, and it's jumping, but it's getting stunned by the Morsa. It's getting stunned by the Morsa, and he loses the Rapture level 6. That's a very significant loss here. It's not going to have access to the Malice ultimate ability here. That's very significant loss here. Very dangerous now for Duke needs to make sure he doesn't lose too much of his other capital ships, because as I said, like, his teammate here is in like a quite dire situation, trying to resupply. He has a couple of plans here and definitely has the resources to resupply, but he definitely needs some time. And yeah, Duke really needs to dish out some damage here, some significant damage here in this 1v2 fight. Trying to, using the Domina to steal some of these pirate pillagers, these pirate ships, helping out a lot for sure. But really just trying to kite his army around here. Has some purge vessels here in his army. I would like to see these purge vessels going around to try to make something happen, try to bomb some planets or something. Because right now they're just dying here. Yeah, four purge vessels here. Obviously a lot is going on here, and it might just be prioritizing. Yeah, here we see now there's such a large amount of Tempest vessels here that even though the Tempest vessels usually don't deal too much damage against capital ships, I mean, at this amount, at this number, they're actually a significant threat now. And we can see that capital ship... Oh, is this also going to go down? That would be terrible for Duke. That would be terrible. Oh, we see it's probably actually going to go down. This is a lot of missiles. Yeah, it's going to go down. It's going to go down. Oh, that's devastating. It's absolutely devastating. Still has 2 Raptures left. But we'll see if those can survive this. Obviously, focusing these capital ships is of some benefit to Duke, or because his supporting fleet is going to be able to deal out some damage while all this is going on. But yeah, losing those capital ships is very significant for sure. Now Phoenix actually deciding to retreat with his army. I'm not really sure why he's doing that. Probably expected Duke to chase his Tempest vessels, but that's not the case. Duke actually staying at the same spot because he decides that he's just going to try to attack Pink instead. This Akan here is not really contributing a lot to the fight, but kind of still acting as a sandbag for his opponents. Now Phoenix actually trying to chase down some ships here. And Phoenix also, we can see here, has managed to get a level 6 Rapture of his own. So yeah, Duke needs to be very, very careful here. I need to take a look at what's going on here. We see that in the meantime, Box here is trying to be annoying. Has some destructors here. Has rebuilt a couple of capital ships. And is using his destructors here to be annoying in the back lines. So yeah, there definitely looks like Duke is buying some time here for his teammate to come back in the game and to be as annoying as possible. And once again now it seems like slowly Bankstreet Boys is regaining some control because of this harassment here in the on the backside. These plans need to be defended, and it is actually going to be defended by a couple of pirates. These pirates are probably going to be able to defend. Hopefully they're going to be able to recapture the planets here in the favor of Team Panda. Yeah, Team Panda opting to not go back and defend, instead going for an attack against Duke. And there's... what the heck is this? There's some Aluxians here. I'm not really sure who the Aluxians are fighting here, if anyone has pieced the Aluxians or not, but in any case, the Aluxians are here as a joker in the deck, and they're going to try to shoot at some stuff. We see, yeah, Purple jumping back here. Actually seems like he's slowly regaining control of this fight too. There are a couple of ships here chasing him around, but it's not so clear that they're managed to get any significant damage done to this Purple fleet. We see the evacuator going around here. It's actually level 4. Maybe I missed. Maybe the capital ships actually didn't go down, because I have a hard time seeing how it would be level 4. Otherwise, maybe just a couple of the capital ships went down. I'm not sure. But in any case, there is an evacuator back on the map now, and it's going to be helping out here for sure to try to recapture a couple of planets. The fighting here continues, trying to kill some of these Aluxians here just to level up, I guess. Phoenix and Fruit Wing are now camping out at this ice planet, while some pirates, a small pirate armada here, is trying to defend against the harassment in the back. It's probably going to be quite successful with that, because these Cobalt Light frigates are very, very fast. Microing it here is a bit of a tax, though. We can see that, yeah, microing these ships isn't too easy. I actually had to micro them here to jump after the bombing frigates. And the bombing frigates might actually, because this mismatch of micro here, might actually get this planet now for free. And also get away. Oh, we're dealing a lot of bombing damage here with these ships, and the ice planet is definitely going to go down. Oh, and we see now Purple here is going for a 1v2 fight once again. He's trying to get Phoenix's level 6 Rapture here. It might be successful, but... Oh, but the Tempest vessels are shooting at the Hushiko Robotics cruisers. Well, of course, yeah, maybe that's a good idea to try to get rid of the repair, of course. Yeah, that was probably a good call, but not really committing towards this Rapture here, instead opting to jump away. And we can see that, yeah, dealing... Once again, these capital ships are in so much danger here with these large supporting fleets. They're just being hit left and right. Like, yeah, this Rapture here now at only half health. This Rapture as well. 70 Tempest vessels, man. 70 Tempest vessels. Of course, you know, strength in numbers, they say. Tempest isn't good against capital ships, but 70 Tempest definitely is good against capital ships. Yeah, dealing a lot of damage to it here, trying to jump out. Probably just trying to distract his opponents here by just jumping into his system. Going to take a look once again at what type of unity abilities he has. Has access to recall now, so I guess that's one reason why Purple here is deciding to play in this way, trying to force the opponent's fleet here to go back in order to distract it. Yeah, what's actually going on here? Box is getting a lot of plants here. He has his plants in his home system. So actually managed to capture a lot of plants here on the other side. And yeah, this is just looking like a very dominant position once again for Bankstreet Boys. This looks like there was some comeback potential here in the midst. It might have been possible for them to come back at one point in this game. For Team Panda, that is. But now, once again, this is looking very, very dire for them, because so many plants are being lost. Once again, I think one way that they might be able to regain some control of this game is if they can get these pirate fleets to sort of go around and bomb out a lot of planets here in the back and kind of force a base trade situation once again. But I mean, yeah, I don't really see... It's kind of a long shot, I think, because with these distances it's going to be very difficult. But yeah, we see that's actually what Fruitwing is trying to do, is trying to go for sort of a base trade here. Still to try to create some chaos in the position, not going for a direct engagement. Oh, but we can actually see what is actually going on here. No! Oh, that's so unfortunate. So unfortunate. We see that Fruitwing is trying to jump from this ice planet over here to the volcanic Aluxian planet in order to get into the backline system. But the phase lanes actually change in the absolutely worst possible time, and now he has an extra jump here through the Aluxian planet. We hope he can piece the Aluxians. The Aluxians actually looks like they're about to aggro Fruitwing's ships. Fruitwing needs to piece the Aluxians here or jump back. Oh, and it looks like Fruitwing didn't even realize that this was happening in time. Looks like he didn't realize this was happening in time. The phase lanes actually screwed him over here very badly. And now has to jump back. Kind of looking, just a jump of shame here. Have to jump back very much in shame here. Not getting anything done. That's so unfortunate, and it must be so frustrating. But of course, the phase lanes is part of the game, and this is what you need to look out for. Purple here is going in towards Fruitwing's planets, managing actually to get a lot of damage done. His entire fleet wasn't engaged in this entire situation, but now it looks like he has microed his ships to actually go for these buildings. And yeah, a lot of Hushikos getting pumped out here, but it's just too few of them at this point. The supply difference here is just too large. Not really sure how they can get back into this game if they can't force any type of base trade situation. I mean, just directly engaging here is just not going to cut it, I feel like. These pirates here actually, getting some damage done to these buildings, but not seeing any pirate pillagers here in this army. I'm not sure where they're gone, but they're not here at the very least. Perhaps they were killed by something. Or they were killed before by the enemy ships. Here are some pirate pillagers bombing out this volcanic planet, but it's just two of them, man, and this is not bombing it too quickly. Here we see Purple's planet still dealing damage to this home planet here. Trying to, at the very least, it's getting all of these buildings and also killing a lot of these reinforcing ships here for free, just as they come out of the buildings. Now some pirates here are coming back to defend, but it's just so few. Well, okay, well, maybe with these Marsas it could actually be possible. Maybe with these Marsas there's something to be said here. Yeah, definitely with these capital ships. And Mars actually, one thing to look out for here is Fruitwing actually about to get Marsa level 6 very, very soon. We can take a look at the experience. What's the experience here? Can we see it? Not really sure if we can see it, but at least it's level 5. And if this Marsa gets to level 6, it could actually wipe a lot of Duke's fleet here for free, which could be a game changer, because then they would actually be able to recapture some planets before Duke is able to rebuild his ships. But as we can see, no base trade is going on. The entire... this is just a very awkward situation, but not really... Very difficult to force a base trade here, to send some ships here in the backlines. Instead have to defend their own system. But of course it's going to be very difficult. Some planets are falling here. Blue player box has a lot of planets here in the system. 4 even. Also bombing out these planets with capital ships together with a couple of destructors. Taking over even more planets, doing even more economic damage. And in the meantime, they're just having to deal with this annoying fleet here of Duke at the homeworld. Not really... I mean, probably their fleet is going to be able to deal with this, but, you know, at this point, time is of the essence, and I don't really see how they're going to manage to chase out this fleet and prevent all this damage from being dealt at this particular time. Red is going to be able to bomb out this volcanic planet, however, and is probably going to be able to chase this away, although now he lost this planet once again. These destructors are staying here. This capital ship is running, bombing out more and more planets. And we can see now, okay, so now we see that the rest of Purple's army is coming in here. Perhaps he's been building some ships. Perhaps they recalled and has had some time, but has had the time to get back. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure, actually. Didn't pay attention to that. But a lot of ships here coming in to reinforce. And I mean, as long as, I mean, the only thing that they need now is for Duke and Box to convert their superior economy here into a fleet, and they're basically going to win. And we see that Duke has already done that, has 4 capital ships here now. Lost a couple of raptures before, but has managed to rebuild them. Is up at 1,000 supply. His teammate Box is only at 500 here. But not in, I mean, that's not a large army, but it's not too insignificant either, given that Box can run around and keep harassing his opponent. Phoenix here is on 700 supply, while Fruit Wing is on 400. So yeah, the combined supplies here is definitely also in Bankstreet Boys' favor. And I think it's just a matter of time here before this is going to end. But we'll have to check this out to the end still, I feel like. And how many plants do the players actually have left? And now we see that Red is down to 3 planets, while Fruit Wing is down to 2. Very, very difficult situation to hold. Going to lose his Terran planet here, Phoenix. Hopefully going to be able to recapture some plants over here, but still, man, like, yeah, this is looking pretty over to me. Can't see a way for them to come back in this game now. Very, very over here for sure, I think. Going in with some purge results. Yeah, and now they're calling GG. They're called GG, and Bankstreet Boys is going to take home game number 2. Once again, a very interesting game. Bankstreet Boys gaining the clear advantage here in the early game. And for a while there, it looked like they had some chance. Team Panda had some chance to get things going, to go for some potential comeback, but not really managing to do it as well as they did in the first game. And yeah, so that's it for this game. Hope you enjoyed watching, and I see you in the third and final game of this best of 3 series. Let's go.